Now there were some few things we did today as regards raising these birds properly. Now, one of the things we did today, by yesterday, day 8, that was when I replaced the litter, yes, I did some level of expansion. But as at day 9, this around some hours into day 9, I discovered that the space I created for them is getting smaller. That tells us that they are growing massively. So I added to their space. I know in about 2 days from now, this space that I added to it will be too small, so I need to increase it. Now this is how you manage the space. It's not really good for you to just leave them after brooding, leave them in the whole pen to be roaming up and down. No, that would be too much, because they will eat your feed, and then lost what they are supposed to convert to flesh, they will end up using it to run up and down, and all of that. No. So you create space for them. Looking at them physically, if you look at the space, okay, they are comfortable, you create something like a blockage. Now as they grow you expand, as they grow you expand. So that's how I manage my space. Now another major thing we also did today is feeder. If you look at the pen right now, there is nothing like those flip top feeders again. There is nothing like tray feeders. So I've done away with those ones. I've removed them and then replaced them with this other big form of feeder, because this is what I'll be using to raise them to maturity. So first of all, when you want to use this kind of big feeder, or in fact when you want to use any form of feeder to test if they will actually be comfortable eating from them, I drop it a little. That was at late yesterday, the 8th. So I added some feed there and observed them closely to see how comfortably they are eating from the feeder. So I discovered that yes, they are actually eating from the feeder seriously. So I had to add like 4 in addition to what they have been using, which is this smaller tube feeder, and this other one that they have been using since day 1. So we've removed the tray feeders. So this is the other form of feeder that I also included to this pen. They can comfortably eat from this one too. I made this feeder myself. As at then, I didn't record it, otherwise you would have seen the video in my channel. So they can comfortably eat from this. That's why I have to add it. So this other one too, I also added this. I made this too by myself. I added this, and they can comfortably eat from this even while sitting on the ground, on the floor. They can easily pick feed from that feeder. So I added that one as well. Now another thing we are looking at doing, maybe by probably before we get to day 12, inside this week too, we are likely to remove this smaller tube feeder entirely from the pen. So because it's getting smaller for them, because the birds are growing seriously. So this is it. Then we are gradually heading to where you will need to really take serious measure to manage the heat stress, because these birds being about 9 days old, if you see, because the sun was of help to us, that was before now. But right now the sun is no longer of help to us anymore, because these broilers you are seeing, they detest heat. They don't like heat in any form at all. So you can see how they were panting, opening their mouth and their wings. That's because the temperature was much, the heat was much. So another way, I keep replacing the water, ensure that okay, the water I give to them by then is cool. So that was how I was managing them. Now they've not gotten to that stage where we have to remove feed from the floor because the sun is much, because the heat is much. No, they've not gotten to that age. Probably before they hit week 4, or before they finish week 3, we'll think of doing that. Now this is one of the reasons why we feed them 24/7. Very important, especially during that heat stress, because we definitely will remove feed from the floor for them not to have access to it. Then all through the night they will have access to that feed and eat seriously. So I'm still going to stress on that when we get to that time, that we will be seriously mindful of the heat, because it's very, very important we take care of that. Otherwise the mortality will be very, very high, and we don't want to experience such. So we'll have to manage it well. Now these birds today, they are still on this anti-coccidiosis medication, and it's very, very important you look at the manufacturers the dosage of whatever medication you are giving to your chicks. Very, very important, because the one that I am using, the dosage is that I should give this medication to the chicks for 2 consecutive days. There are some you could use, they will tell you give it to the chicks for 3-4 consecutive days, as the case may be, but just follow through what the manufacturer specified, as that is the dosage, before administering it to your birds. So the one I'm using right now is in liquid form, though most of them they are in powdered form. Whether you are using powdered medication or liquid medication, they will all do the same thing. So you just ensure you follow how and they said you should make use of the medication, and it will give you the result you are looking for. So this is where we are today, day 9. We are gradually heading to day 10. So I can tell you it's been so wonderful raising these birds. Based on what I am seeing right now, is very, very impressive. The uniformity, I can attest to that. Based on what I am seeing, the uniformity is very, very okay. Now, this is one of the reasons why I always stick to this Cobb500. It has a very good uniformity. Even I can tell you now, the shooters among these birds is very, very much. So that is what I'm talking about when I mean uniformity. The shooters here is very, very high, the percentage. So this is what I want. So this is it, and I fell in love with this Cobb500 already. Though before now you see some farmers tell you, oh, it do come with cough and all of that. I have not experienced that, and even if it comes up, we will need to be prepared for it and then take care of it. So I so much love this breed, this Cobb500 from Zatec hatchery. Though I have not tried any Cobb500 from any other hatchery. Maybe sometime in future I may have to test it out to really compare Zatec hatchery with some other hatchery. This doesn't mean I'm trying to promote one hatchery against the other. No, whatever breed of broilers you choose, and ensure you've done your homework before sticking to one breed or strain of broilers, because what will give you maximum result within the shortest time, that is my aim. By day 35, I hope to achieve 3 kg, 2.9, 2.8, even above 3 kg at times. So that is my aim, and I pray by then I achieve that aim. That is why I stock this particular breed. Now, another thing we are also looking at, because replacing this litter is of importance to us. When I observe that it's getting messed up, I have to pack them out, then replace them again, even if it's not up to a week or up to 2 weeks that I replace this one. No, because it's freely available. That is the sawdust. That's one of the advantages of this sawdust. So you can get it free. All you need is just to be able to get to the sawmill and then pick what you want to pick. Now, these bell drinkers, we keep washing this bell drinker, because as long as fresh water keeps coming in, the water is cool. Now, there's one other thing I want to tell us about this nipple drinking system. You discover that during that hot sunny day, the water coming out from this pen is a bit warm. And you know that kind of water won't be good for the chicks. So what I do, I place some that 3 liters drinker at that other that end where I can discharge the water. Open up the water, then place my hand. When I discover that the water is not cool, I turn it off again so that they can have access to cool water at all times. This I do, especially when the weather is very hot. Every 30 minutes I come there, observe that. But I discovered that when it comes to these bell drinkers, these two, it's not always like that, because the water there, I wouldn't know the principle behind that. The water in the bell drinker is always cool. Even during the sunny day and any other time, the water inside the bell drinker is always cool. I mean, the water here is always cool. So when I discharge it from the outlet, when I open it, especially now that I am applying medication, I don't just throw away that water, because I have to go and keep it somewhere. After some hours, that water will become cool again. So I return it to the tank, because if I keep wasting medication like that, it won't be good. So that is how I manage it. But if it were to be plain water, ordinary water, I will have to let the water run off until the water is cool before turning off the discharge point. So this is how I manage the flock in a bit to curb the excess heat from the sun. So this is it. Another thing we would have been able to do, maybe by now, we place some fan to help the chicks cool off. But I don't have the resources for that now, so I'll have to make do with what I have. Now, you remember in some of these videos I posted some days back in this batch, I said providing heat for your broilers, you don't need to think max 5, 6, 7 days maximum, you are done. Because if you actually think of providing heat for your broilers for 2 weeks, you are making a very big mistake, especially if you live in a region that the temperature is very high. So you are making a very huge mistake if you plan to provide heat for them for 2 weeks. Now this is day 9. If you see how they were panting today, seriously. So imagine including heat to such a level, that would be detrimental. No. So what we do at that instant, we ensure even we don't even cover the net anymore. The tarpaulin, we've removed these things. Everywhere is open now so that they have that fresh breeze. So they need more space this time, so that the enough breeze can go around them to keep them cool. This is very important. So this is where we are today, day 9, gradually heading to day 10. If you find this video helpful, kindly do well to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification icon, like and comment in the comment section below, as this will do a whole lot for us in helping us to grow our channel and reach a larger audience. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it.